Okay, so maybe now it's a good time to put in and connect the electronics to the motor control board, because later on it will be really fiddly to do it. So lasers go in first, because as you will see, or maybe noticed on your machine, the laser cables go through this path here, and on top of them is the rest of the electronics. So lasers go in first. Now the trigger of the motor, it's nothing more, just a simple PCB with a trigger and a quite big film capacitor on it. So put in the cables. Okay, here they go. I turn it around. Now to the control board. It's quite an interesting little piece, very simple. Here is the triac which pulses AC power. It's connected to this big cooler. Oh, not so big. So it's a triac, it's a control chip which controls the triac. Again, a film capacitor, an inductor. Here is a power source and a transformer for the logic, which is probably about 5 or 3.3 volts. Another probably voltage reference or something like this. Bypass capacitors. Not that complicated. Here is the RPM control and the LED switch. So first I connect the LEDs, because those are down at the bottom of the whole assembly. So I connect one here. It doesn't really matter which one goes where, because they light up at the same time. So they don't have a separate logic. Good. Another thing which goes inside are the temperature control and the RPM sensor, which go here and here, but those are quite quite on the top of the control board, so we don't need to worry about them now. Okay, in it goes. Oddly enough, it's not secured anyway, because it needs to be moved during assembly, disassembly. The last thing which will go on when we assemble the arm will be the mains power, which also goes there. So for now on we can leave it like this. Leave a little space for the lasers. Turn it around. The lasers, one goes here, one go here, like this. Let's take care of these cables here. Good. One cable here. As you see, the laser cables are beneath the switchboard and the switchboard holds them in place. Okay, so here it is again. The switchboard is not fastened to the whole assembly anyway. So this latch pushes the trigger. This here is the safety switch, and this here is the trigger, and they need their appropriate springs. One spring goes here, one spring goes here. Okay. Two more springs to come. This little part secures the motor in place when the fast fix is used. So this goes in here like this. As you can see, if the motor rotor is turned the right way, it directly jumps on it and blocks it, so the motor and the saw blade cannot be moved during transfer. So it has its own spring which goes here, and another spring goes inside like this for the fast fix latch. Like this. Okay, stupid me, I've forgotten to mount the lasers correctly. Funny story, as the saw came disassembled, the lasers missed their appropriate springs and screws, and for this newest model they don't include it in the parts list. You can only order it together with the lasers. Funnily enough, the same lasers go to the older machines too, so you can order the parts from there that are available. So that's what I did. So in order to secure the lasers, you need a number 2 hexa driver. Okay. Of course, the same screwdriver will be used when setting up the lasers later. But for now, just let's put them in place and we will take care of that later.